Hello students, you are welcome once again to our SHS 3 Core Mathematics lesson brought to you by the Center for National Distance Learning and Open Schooling, CENLOS. Our topic for today's revision is percentages 1. Specifically, we will be looking at discount, commission, and simple interest. In our last lesson, we discussed the Chief Examiner's report. We also discussed some word problems in equations and inequalities. I am Lucia Sari Nelson, your host. With me to do this discussion today are two gentlemen, Mr. Sedakun Odami and Mr. Isaac Boabin. These gentlemen are very experienced mathematics teachers. They are also electronic content providers for CENLOS. Gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you.
We want to start with discount. Mr. Odami, can you please take us through what discount means?
Thank you. Discount is an amount taken off the regular price of an item. It is a price deduction, and it is usually calculated as a percentage of the quoted or the marked price. The marked price is equivalent to 100%. For instance, given a discount of X%, the new price becomes 100 minus X% of the quoted or the marked price.
So we can say the marked price is the original price.
Exactly.
Thank you. Let's take a question so it will help us understand this concept better. How should students answer a question like this? Mansa is allowed a discount of 12 cedis 50 pesos on a dress costing 125 Ghana cedis. Calculate A, the price she paid, correct to the nearest cedi, and then B, the percentage discount. How should we go about this question, please?
Thank you. Candidates are advised to draw out vital information from every question before they solve. Now, when we go back to the question, we realize that we have been given the cost of the dress, which is 125 Ghana cedis. We have also been provided with the discount allowed, and that is 12 Ghana cedis 50 pesos. So when we take the A part, that is the first part of the question, which says that we should find the amount that she paid and correct it to the nearest cedi. We will have 125 being the cost of the dress minus 12.5 being the discount allowed. So when you subtract the discount from the cost of the dress, it will give you 112 Ghana cedis 50 pesos. Don't forget, the question is requiring from us to correct our answer to the nearest cedi. And when we do that, we shall have 113 Ghana cedis. And that suggests to us that Mansa paid 113 Ghana cedis for the dress.
Wow, discounts are good, isn't it?
Very.
You pay less than you are originally supposed to pay for an item.
Yes.
Good. Please take the second part of the question.
Right, thank you. Now, the second part is asking us to find the percentage discount. And percentage discount is given by discount allowed divided by the marked price times 100. We need to quote the correct formula. Now, when we substitute the appropriate values into our formula, we shall have 12.5, which is the discount allowed, divided by 125, and that is the marked price. And we will multiply our result by 100. And when we simplify this, we shall have 10%. And this means that Mansa was given 10% discount.
Thank you very much for taking us through that. Students, remember that percentage discount is given by discount allowed divided by the marked price or the original price multiplied by 100. Good. Now let's take another question, Mr. Dami. I expect students to take their materials, their writing materials, their calculators, and work along with us. Mr. Boabe, let me give you this question and help us answer it.
Okay.
A shopkeeper gives 18% discount off the marked price of any item bought and paid for in full at the point of sale. Mr. Osei paid 682 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos, cash for the item from the shop. A. We want to find out what the marked price was. So what was the marked price of the item? And then B. How much did he save?
Thank you very much. This is a very simple question on that discount. You realize the question gave us the amount of money Osei paid for the item, which is 682 cedis, 50 pesos. The question didn't give us the marked price, the actual cost of the item. But fortunately, the question gave us the percentage discount. So since we don't know the marked price, we equate the marked price to X, or we let the marked price be equal to X. We always relate the marked price to 100% because that's the original price. He was given a percentage of 18%, which means that Mr. Osei paid 82% of the marked price. So, if 82% of the marked price is equal to 682 cedis, 50 pesos, then what would be the value of the marked price, which is 100%? This is a simple ratio and proportion question. So, by ratio and proportion, we have 82 divided by 100 to be equal to 682 cedis, 50 pesos divided by X. By cross multiplying, we are going to get 82 times X is equal to 100 by 682 cedis, 50 pesos. And by changing subject, we are going to get X to be 832 cedis, 32 pesos. This means that because of a discount of 18%, instead of Mr. Osei paying 832 cedis, 32 pesos, he ended up paying 682 cedis, 50 pesos. Hence, our mark price is equal to 832 cedis, 32 pesos.
Wow, I said it. Discounts are very good, isn't it? So when you go to the shop to buy an item and you don't see a discount, you can ask for one because it will help you pay less for the item. Good. Let's take the second part of the question.
The second part of the question is asked to find how much Mr. Osei saved. And this is very simple. He was supposed to originally pay 832 cedis, 32 pesos. But because of a discount of 18%, he paid 682 cedis, 50 pesos, which means he saved 832 cedis, 32 pesos, minus 682 cedis, 50 pesos, which is equal to 149 cedis, 82 pesos. So we can conclude that because he was given a discount of 18%, Mr. Osei saved 149 cedis, 82 pesos.
That's right. We always save money when we are giving discount. Good. Let us now turn attention to commission. Commission is an amount of money paid an employee or an agent for something he sells, for selling something, maybe for a company or an organization. Let's take some questions that will help us understand issues on commission. Ms. Odami, let me come to you. Here is the question. Mr. Amwa, a housing agent, sold a house for his company at the cost of 160,000 Ghana cedis. If he was offered a commission of 12%, calculate the amount paid to him as commission.
Thank you. So for a question like this, we have to look out for how much he sold the house, and then what was the commission that he was offered. Now from the question, the price of the house was 160,000 Ghana cedis, and he was offered a commission of 12%. So basically what we are going to do is to find 12% of 160,000. So if we should represent the amount that he will receive by X, then we are going to have X to be equal to 12 divided by 100 multiplied by 160,000. And if you simplify this, you will get 19,200 Ghana cedis. And that presupposes that Mr. Moa received 19,200 Ghana cedis as a commission.
Wow, this concept is a very simple one. Shall we move on to simple interest? We will use a question to revise this concept. Find the simple interest on 1,200,000 cedis for 2.5 years at 5% per annum. Mr. Boaben, please help us.
Thank you. This is a very simple question on the interest, very basic one, which is defined as principal times time times rate. In other words, in some instances, as I might say, is the principal times time times rate over 100, where the 100 is the denominator of the rate. In the question, we provided the principal, the rate, and the time. So everything has been given to us. We have the principal as 1,200,000 Ghana cedis for a period of 2.5 years at a rate of 5%. By just multiplying 1,200,000 by 5 by 2.5, which is 2.5 over 100, we are going to get 150,000 Ghana cedis, which means that the simple interest on an amount of 1,200,000 cedis for a period of 2.5 years at a rate of 5% is equal to 150,000 Ghana cedis.
Oh, thank you. Students, I hope you are working along with us. Now we are going to take another question. And I want to address this question to Mr. Odame. Now here is the question, Mr. Odame. Mr. Pardo invested a certain amount of money in a bank at a simple interest rate of 7.5% per annum. At the end of the year, his total amount was 980,000 Ghana cedis. How much did he invest?
Thank you. Now, once again, we are going back to the question and then look out for the vital information that have been provided. When we go back to the question, we realize that the rate given in the question is 7.5%. And then we have time to be 1 year, and the amount is also 980,000 Ghana cedis. We have already indicated that interest is given by principal times rate times time, all divided by 100. So when we substitute our appropriate figures into the formula, we are going to get our interest to be principal times 7.5, which is the rate, times 1, which is the year, divided by 100. And when we simplify this, we are going to have 3p divided by 40. We should note that amount is given by the principal plus interest. So when we substitute our amount, which we already know, and then we have also calculated for our interest. So when we make the appropriate substitution here, we are going to get 980,000 to be equal to P plus 3P divided by 40.
Let me not cut you. Where P here is
The
principal.
Exactly.
Thank you. Please go on.
Thank you. So when we simplify this, we'll do that by clearing the fraction. And in clearing the fraction, we have to multiply the 40, which is our LCM, by all the terms. And when we do that, we are going to have 980,000 times 40, which will be equal to P times 40 plus 3P divided by 40 times 40. And when we simplify this, we shall have 39,200,000, which will be equal to 40P plus 3P. We are trying to make P the subject, and we have P at the right-hand side of the equality sign. In mathematics, we prefer to have the variable that we are looking for at the left-hand side of the equality sign. So at this juncture, we want to move 40P and 3P to the other side, and then we also move the 39,200,000 to the other side. So when we do that, we'll have 43P to be equal to 39,200,000. We are looking for P. So we divide both sides by 43. And that gives us P to be equal to 39,200,000 divided by 43. And if you simplify this, you will get 911,627 Ghana cedis, 91 pesos. And that means that Mr. Padu invested 911,627 Ghana cedis, 91 pesos.
Thank you, Ms. Odami. Now, students, you need to remember that interest is given by, the simple interest is given by principal multiplied by the rate percent multiplied by the time. Also, remember that the amount, the final amount is given by the principal plus the interest. And that when you are working a question like this, the unit here is Ghana cedis. So you need to attach your unit to your answer so you don't lose marks. Very good. Having said that, I must also remind you that when you code this formula, depending on the information given, you can change subjects. Good. Now we are taking another question. In fact, the last one, because that's what time will allow us for today. Mr. Boabe, how should students answer a question like this? Mrs. Indy invested an amount of money in two separate businesses in the ratio 5:3. Her profit was calculated on interest rates of 8% and 6% simple interest respectively. If after 5 years she receives 902,000 Ghana cedis altogether as profit for the two businesses, calculate the total amount she invested.
Thank you, madam. This is a very interesting question. The question didn't give us the total amount Mrs. Indy invested into the two businesses. However, the question gave us the total profit Mrs. Indy accrued from the two businesses, which is 902,000 Ghana cedis. Again, the question gave us the ratio to which Mrs. Indy invested the principal, which is 5:3. It means that he invested 5/8, 5/8 of the investment into the first business and 3/8 of the remaining amount into the second business. Since we don't know the total amount invested or the total principal, we equate it to T. What it means is that for the first business, Mrs. Indy, principal for the first business will be 5/8 of the total amount, which is T, 5/8 T. And for the second business, the principal will be 3/8 T. Note that the interest made on the first investment is 8%, and on the second investment, it is 6%. The question gave us the total profit he made from the two businesses. It means that we find the interest made on the first business, then we add it to the interest made on the second business. Then we equate it to 902,000 Ghana cedis, which is the total profit he made for the two businesses. And from there, we can find the total investment. We have, for the first business, a principal of 5/8 T at a rate of 8% for a period of 5 years by simple interest formula, principal times time times rate over 100. We have 5/8 T times 8 times 5, all divided by 100, which will give us a quarter of T, or 1/4 T. 1/4 of the total investment was accrued as profit for the first business. Now for the second business, the principal was 3/8 T at a lower rate, which is 6% for the same period, which is 5 years. By the same calculation, principal times time times rate over 100, we are going to have 3/8 T times 6 times 5 divided by 100. By simplifying, we have 9/80 T, which means that we add the two interests together and equate it to 902,000 cedis, which will give us 1/4 T plus 9/80 T equals 902,000 cedis. This is a simple linear equation, and the LCM for the denominators is 80. So we multiply to the equation by 80 to clear the denominators. We have 80 times 1/4 T plus 80 times 9/80 T equals 80 times 902,000 cedis. We are going to get 20T plus 9T equals 80 times 902,000. And that will give us 29T equals 72,160,000 cedis. By simple change of subject, dividing through by 29, we are going to get T, which will represent the total investment, to be equal to 2,488,275 cedis, 86 pesos. So we can conclude by saying that Mrs. Indy invested a total amount of 2,488,275 Ghana cedis, 86 Ghana pesos in the two businesses.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Wabe. This one was quite intensive, right? Thank you very much.
Yes.
Students, I hope you understood this process. You have to go over again and again so you can get the amounts that we are talking about, amounts accrued in the two businesses. Well, dear students, we have learned a lot in this lesson. We've discussed issues on discount, commission, and simple interest. We said discount is the amount taken off the regular price of an item. It is a price deduction and is usually calculated as a percentage of the quoted or marked price. Remember, the quoted or marked price here is the original price or the actual price of the item. We also said that commission is an amount of money paid to an employee or an agent or even an individual for selling something, and it is usually a percentage of the value of the items they sell. Again, we said that simple interest is given by the principal multiplied by the rate percent multiplied by time, and that given any information, you can change subjects and then work out whatever you are required to work out. Well, gentlemen, we have come very far. We are grateful for your time. Thank you for coming to help us discuss issues on percentages 1 with our students.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us on your show.
And we hope that when we call you the next time, you will be here to assist us.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, dear students, that brings us to the end of today's lesson. In our next lesson, we'll be looking at graphical representation of data, that is statistics. I hope you join us again. Until then, it's goodbye.